Charlton to the Valley. The Sky Bet Championship fixture against Blackpool. Charlton come to the game on the back of a 1-1 draw midweek against highly rated Nottingham Forest. And the first team line-up is unchanged from that side. Marvin Sordell keeps his place up front, having bagged the first league goal of the campaign midweek. The only change to the Charlton line-up is on the bench as Bradley Pritchard comes back in to the squad for Jordan Cook. Blackpool come to the Valley. A great start to the season, spearheaded in no small means by Thomas Ince, the son, of course, of manager Paul Ince. And of course, also providing the goals is Ricardo Fuller, ex-addict here last season. Will be fondly remembered down here at the Valley, but let's hope not so after the game. We do have Addicts mascots out there. Today's young Addicts mascot is Jamie Stance. He celebrates his 9th birthday on Thursday. He attends Rakestone Primary School for swimming, cycling and gymnastics. His favourite player is Johnny Jackson. We've also got Isabel Mellows out there. Isabel's 13, from Purley, attends Philomena School in Charlton. She plays for Beachstone Bells Football Club and she enjoys singing and drama. Jamie Waghorn is out there. He's 10 years old. He lives in Norwich, but he's a true Charlton fan. He plays up front for Costassy. His favourite player is Johnny Jackson. George Russell is 7. He attends Westhill Primary School in Dartford. He plays for the Junior Red Valiants in Welling. He's a season ticket holder. And his first match was against Sheffield United when he was 2.5 years old. Tyler Walsh is the final Addicts mascot. He's 10 years old. He attends Denfield Park Primary School. He loves football and plays for AFC Rushton and Diamonds. His favourite player is Jan Kermigan. We do have an away mascot. He's Keegan Nelson. He's 7 years old. He enjoys playing football and Xbox. He loves Batman and his favourite player is Matt Gilks. Our match sponsors today are Auto Digital Networks Limited and our full sponsors are the Royal Borough of Greenwich. We hope the sponsors and the mascots have a fantastic afternoon with us here at the Valley.
5 Captain Aaron McKenzie, 6 Kurt Warford, 11 Thomas Ince, 12 Neil Bishop, 15 Stephen Dobby, 17 Chris Ashton, 18 Zoya Osborne, 19 is welcome back Ricardo Fuller. 20, Blake Cathcart, starts on 2, Bradley Hall, 4, Dan Crosby, 8, Michael Chopra, 9, Stephen Davis, 10, Bobby Grant, 27, Tom Hutchinson, 31, Angel Martinez. Moving on to your home side, Charlton Athletic. In goal, the Addicts number 1, Ben Hamer. Quiet and captain, Michael Morrison. Wearing number 8, Dale Stevens. 9, Simon Church. 10, Marvin Sordell. 11, Callum Harriott. 15, Richard Wood. 16, Royce Wiggins. 23, Laurie Wilson. 24, Jordan Cousins. 27, Mark Gower. Your Charlton Athletic substitutes this afternoon are number 12, Ben Alvin. 2, Andy Hughes. 3, Cedric Vina. 6, Story DeVite. 14, Bradley Pritchard. 32, Aaron Stewart. 35, Joe Biggert. Saturday afternoon football at the Valley. Charlton fans, beware, be proud, hold your rings.
Our referee, Mr. Hill, assisted by Messrs. Evans and Coggins, will get the game underway. The fog fisher, Mr. Miller. Charlton kicking towards the Jimmy seat stand, get us underway, and I'm joined up in the gantry by a slightly flu-ridden Louis Mendes. Louis, I hope you can make the through the 90 minutes. And Charlton and Chrissy Powell will be looking to build on the midweek point.
Yeah, hopefully I will be able to make it through. Yeah, as you say, it was an excellent performance on Tuesday against Nottingham Forest, and a point which hopefully that could be the start of the turnaround to our season. This is a great chance with another home game in such a short amount of time to try and get a win under our belts, second win of the season.
Super performance from Charlton midweek. Let's hope we can build on it here against Blackpool. Ball slipped through to the Church, but intercepted by McKenzie, the captain, who swings it out. The Cousins will intercept. Good free main give and go. Keeps Charlton in possession. Well, chips it in, looking for Sordell. Gets his head there. It falls to Stevens, who just can't get it under control. But the foul on Sordell in the first place gives Charlton a fantastic opportunity for the first real threat on goal.
Yeah, I think that was Broadfoot possibly just slightly gone through the back of Sordell as he was trying to win the header. And the referee tried to play an advantage as the ball dropped to Stevens, but his no advantage was forthcoming, so he's come back to the free kick. And this is an excellent chance for Charlton to get a shot in and goal just outside there, about 22, 23 yards outside from the goal line. So there's a good chance for maybe Stevens or Gower to have a look at having a shot on goal.
I think he'll be hard-pressed to knock Stevens off of this free kick. Of course, no Johnny Jackson, no Jan Kermigan, all free kick specialists. Dale Stevens is quite capable of striking a dead ball. And he'll fancy his chances here. And Matt Chilt's trying to organise his wall. Dale Stevens it'll be with this strike on goal. Tries to lift it over the wall, just over the bar. Fine effort from Dale Stevens, but just couldn't get it up and over and into the back of the net.
Yeah, decent effort from Stevens. It's probably maybe slightly too close into the edge of the box to get it up and down in time to just dip under the crossbar. But it's a good early chance for Charlton, and Stevens would have been reasonably happy with his effort there.
One of the significant aspects of Tuesday night was not just the performance, of course, of the players going 1-0 down very early on, but the performance of the home crowd. The Valley was rocking, led by the covered end on Tuesday night. And looks like they started where they finished off.
Yeah, the players really got behind the team on Tuesday, and the team really got behind behind the team.
I know what you mean.
I know that's the flu coming in, but as you say, they started up again. The players have mentioned on numerous occasions that when the fans get behind them, it can really lift their spirits as well.
It was very Cardiff-esque, the match on Tuesday night, where of course Charlton found themselves severely behind, and the crowd stuck with them. Charlton got back into the game and then some. Didn't quite manage to win on Tuesday, but we weren't far away from it.
Yeah, we had quite a few chances.
Out in possession now, and it's Dobby will take it over. Bishop trying to make the run into the box. Superbly seen by Morrison, who clears the danger. The fans might have had trouble getting to the Valley this afternoon. An accident on the A2 just by the tunnel end. Trains being severely up the creek, but halted a few people's progress. There was a danger that the game might not kick off on time, but it looks to me that everybody is present and correct. Contingent from Blackpool in the Jimmy C, probably managing just under the 1,000 mark, maybe 600, 700 or so, have made their way down.
Yeah, so long old journey's come down from Blackpool, so it's quite a good bit of support from Blackpool there.
Callum Harriott on the ball now, trying to make his way to the box. Sort of got caught under his feet a little bit there. He had a thought of releasing Church and then chose a different option. The ball didn't really follow him. Charlton still had to throw in deep inside Blackpool territory. Charlton's ball again. Cousins wants to take it, but he leaves it to Wilson, the nominated throw-in down the right-hand side. Church will jump. It sort of ricochets off a defender rather than it. Dale Stevens will strike it, but couldn't get over the top of that sufficiently to keep it under the bar.
Yeah, set up perfectly for Dale there. We all know that he can strike them from distance. As two Blackpool fans decide to have a race to the ball, as we all know he can strike it from distance. We've seen him score from a long way out on numerous occasions, but like you say, just couldn't quite get over the ball there, and it's lifted up over the bar into the Blackpool end.
Clearly fancies his chances already. Dale Stevens has been involved in the two significant moments of the game so far.
Yeah, I think Dale will be on a bit of a confidence high at the moment. After the change of formation a few weeks ago, Dale's had a lot more time on the ball to play with, and he's
a lovely throw, which Sordell did superbly just to try and lay it off into Church's path, but just a little bit too much on the touch. But quick thinking from Wilson, good running from Sordell, and almost fashioned a good move.
Yeah, it's been a bright start from Charlton so far. We've certainly been the team in the ascendancy, and we forced a couple of half chances. And quick thinking from Wilson there, as he gives away the foul, which was really set up Sordell with a chance to get the ball out to Church to set up a chance.
The free kick on the port there at Bishop felt the presence of Wilson on his back and quite comfortably took the foul. But Blackpool had it back. So they're looking for Bishop. So fault to Fuller actually, who's flick on. Will find Bishop as Morrison really dallied a little bit before getting it clear. Fortunately, it doesn't fall Blackpool's way, although Church having to deal with this, and he, similar to Bishop earlier, accepts the challenge from behind. He just felt the presence on his back and quite happily went down to give Charlton possession, which they've immediately given back. Full crossfield from Wilson. Just a little bit too much on it for Wiggins. With the throw, which Cousins intercepts. Harriet, I think he lost his footing there. There was a challenge to be made. Cousins just couldn't keep his footing under pressure. Referee deciding there was nothing untoward, but Charlton had the throw. Wiggins looking for movement. Harriet is in a little bit of space if he chooses to use him. He's got to go down the line really. Nothing else on. Sordell comes to collect. He's got a through ball, which nearly picks out Simon Church, just couldn't gather it in. Blackpool will look to break. It looks like Blackpool are operating their sort of 4-5-1 formation here. And with Bishop and Ince supporting Fuller up front whenever Blackpool go forward. So Charlton are going to be a little bit swamped in midfield, so as they were on Tuesday night to be fair, they more than made up for in determination and endeavour. Especially the likes of Harriet and Cousins, who had superb games here on Tuesday night. Yeah,
especially how Harriet was given a bit of a free role behind the strikers on Tuesday, and he performed it admirably. Looked excellent. And Cousins is so calm on the ball. He just helps make the team tick over in midfield. He's such a good ball winner as well. Wins possession for Charlton on numerous occasions.
Ball into the corner, which didn't find a Charlton shirt. Blackpool can break, but Fuller. I didn't think that was a foul at all. I've got to say, Wood was strong on him, but Fuller gleefully accepted the challenge and went down. The referee felt obliged to give the free kick. I didn't see much in that.
Yeah, I think we all remember from Ricardo when he was playing for us last season. He's a very experienced player and he knows exactly how to buy a free kick. If he looks like he's not going to be able to maintain possession of the football, he'll just get his body in the way so the other player has to foul him.
Taken quickly, Ince takes it on, goes for the snapshot, ricochets off Morrison, and then Hamer will gleefully take that and tries to set Church away early on. Should be beaten to this. His arm's a bit wayward there. Unfortunately, Cathcart made nothing of it. Ince tries to go down and buy a challenge. He hasn't got the experience of Fuller to be able to con the referee there. Wiggins blocks the ball through, but at the expense of the throw for Blackpool. This time, Ince goes down under pressure, and this time the referee gives it. A little bit too much pressure from Stevens on Ince. Of course, under his own bit of pressure here, that looked like offside to me. So Fuller will take on Wood. Of course, Richard Wood won't know Fuller because he wasn't here last season. And another one, a contender for my man of the match on Tuesday night was Wood. He was strong in the challenge. He read the ball very well, physically dominating. And Fuller's going to know he's been in the game this afternoon.
Yeah, Richard Wood did really, really well there. As soon as I saw the ball going out towards Fuller, I had the heart in my mouth because I saw it 1,000 times last season where Fuller would pick the ball up on the edge, on the side of the pitch, and waltz his way into the box. And he got past Wood there, but Wood managed to recover reasonably easily and see it out for a goal kick.
Cousins does well to win the ball back for Charlton. Harriet goes on a run, but Church is the target man. Good play from Charlton to retain possession. Sordell comes short, but Gower in possession. The chip ball looking for Church, but too much on that. Gower's left himself out of position, which Stevens does well to come back and take, but Wiggins' clearance hits Ince, and Charlton just about get away with it. It's good work from Wiggins to stop Fuller getting on the ball. Lovely football between Gower and Stevens, releases Wilson. He looks for a short ball. Sordell offers it to him. Callum Harriet offers it wide option. Got a crossing opportunity. Gets it in now. Gower was poised, but important head up from Blackpool defence keeps it out. Fuller just cutting across Wiggins. Upends the Charlton in the back, and he's in trouble here.
Yeah, it was a mistimed challenge from Fuller there. He just didn't see Wiggins coming across him, and I think Royce is okay after the initial shock of the impact there.
Early free kick taken out here to Wiggins, who's recovered sufficiently to get that cross in, although it's more of a shot cross than a cross. It doesn't really trouble anybody. And, it's one of the things with Royce Wiggins, he'll either put in a perler of a cross or it'll go wayward. You're never quite sure what's going to happen.
Yeah, Royce seems slightly reluctant to try and take Ince on there, which was a shame, because I think he's definitely got the beating of him for skills, because you never expect a skillful winger themselves to be that good at tracking back. But he tried to hit the cross first time and say sliced it. It's almost gone in actually, in fairness, but it's gone over the bar into the Blackpool fans.
Morrison loses out in the aerial challenge. Cathcart, slightly skewed clearance back to Gilks, who has to do well to get it clear under pressure from Church. And Hamer comes out. Momentarily looked like Fuller could threaten, but just too much on that clearance from Gilks. Fortunately for Charlton, straight through to Ben Hamer, his opposite number. Mackenzie with the headed clearance. Wilson will just try to dink it back into Gower to try and keep the football flowing. But a bit of head tennis which comes to a close because Church just coming back from an offside position allows Blackpool to take the free kick. Blackpool matches always hold a bit of a special place for me. It was my first game here at the Valley back in 1967.
Blimey.
It was Blackpool. A certain Jimmy Armfield was the captain of Blackpool. And, I won't tell you the score because it will depress you. But yeah, stuck behind the covered end goal in the red railings. As a young 6-year-old who then, well, the rest is history, as I say. So, as long as the result's different, I'll be very happy indeed. Cathcart takes it on down the right-hand side, feeds in a bit of space, which Callum Harriott tries to close down. And Wiggins does likewise, gets his foot in and almost comes away with the ball, just overran it a little bit. Touch and go down. I think the linesman guessed on the side of caution and gave the free kick, the throw-in rather, Blackpool's way.
Yeah, it looked to me like it might just have just gone over the line, but the rest of the East Stand didn't seem to agree with me there.
Cathcart gets it back to Broadfoot. Finds his captain in midfield now. Just from the Charlton half, going to swing this ball forward, looking for runners, and he's found one. Maybe a handball there. Fuller trying to tee up. Looked like Stephen Dobby, but Davis steps in and Sordell can break for Charlton. He's got Gower on the right-hand side. Crossing opportunity. Early ball in. Look at Church. A vital clearance there from Broadfoot. Charlton turned defence into attack. Ball swung in from Wilson. Doesn't quite reach Dale Stevens on the edge of the box. Can Cousins nip in? He does. But Wiggins outside him. 2 men on him. One of them is Ince. Tries to go round Ince. Manages to evade him. Puts it back to Stevens. Shooting opportunity if he wants it. Instead feeds Cousins. He does shoot. Fortunately for Cousins, the stop you got in the way because I think that was heading towards the corner flag. And Fuller gets away with a nudge. And Blackpool have it back. Good tackle from Cousins. Well, the pace is quite high tempo here. Blackpool trying to attack down the right-hand side. Cathcart looks for the run of Fuller. Wood spots that. Gets the challenge in. Cathcart back on it, and Charlton just dropped their intensity a little bit there as Osborne picks out Tom Ince in the middle. Screaming at players to come and take the ball off him to set a move off down the left-hand side. It wasn't to be, and Blackpool have gone backwards, but that's just as much to do with Charlton's defending than it is for Blackpool's inability to find space. They may do now. Bishop on the left. Looks to take on Morrison, tries to get it in there to Fuller, it falls to Dobby. It's, ricocheting off about 3 hands there. Both Blackpool's and Charlton's. Cousins tries to pick out Harriott, Sordell rather, and come deep. Fairly frenetic last 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's been an exciting start to this game, and I think Charlton defended quite well as a unit there to stop Blackpool from getting across. And as you say, I think there might have been a suspicion of handball from Cousins as he walked in there, but I think there was probably 6 of one and a half dozen the other, because I'm fairly certain the Blackpool player was handballing it as well.
Cousins just not quite reading the move forward from Laurie Wilson. As a result, right in front of the Charlton dugout and Chrissy Powell, Blackpool have a throw. Fuller's calling for it. It's gone towards Bishop. Tries to switch it into Ricardo Fuller. Blackpool get that angle all wrong.
Bishop's indicating that he wanted that throw to be aimed towards his head there, but as came towards his feet, it was a terrible first touch. It's gone straight off into the Charlton fans.
I'm not sure he can use the I was expecting on my head excuse for
We'll just come from that distance.
Exactly. Challenge from Gow, which is gone unpunished. The referees use it, to be fair. Cousins pick it up for Charlton. Wiggins outside him. Stevens is in the middle. And, Wilson is on the wide. Nice and open. Bishop's ahead of him. Will he take him on or get across him? He thinks it inside the Church. He's under pressure immediately. Should be. Oh, I thought that'd be a Charlton ball. I thought that cannoned off Osborne, but referee Hill thinks otherwise. Takes this, but from Gower, finds Church, gets it back to Gower. Will Sordell get into the box before Jilks grabs it? No, he can't. So aimless ball forward from Jilks, which Benhamer will allow to go out.
Yeah, that was wayward from Jilks. I'm not sure if he was trying to pick out the run of Fuller, but he's massively overhit that one, and he'd be very disappointed with that.
Somebody won't be disappointed is Benhamer, who had a nightmare opening 2 minutes on Tuesday evening. But to be fair, saved Charlton on 2 occasions after that. I do find it very strange that when a keeper makes a mistake, he's immediately should be dropped. And when he does something superb, well, that's his job anyway.
Oh.
As Wiggins goes into a sort of blood and thunder challenge, and fortunately gets away with it, and Charlton come away with the ball. It's Wood looking for options. Now Stevens provides it, and good movement for Charlton, and Cousins can spread this wide for Laurie Wilson. First touch is important, and he gets away with it. Second one not so, and Blackpool can come away with it. Bullshit with Charlton. Fuller slips at the vital moment. Morrison can step in and clear the ball for Charlton. Gower tries to keep this in play. He does, but only giving it to Osborne. Blackpool have it back. Must be offside from Fuller, and it is.
Yeah,
the first touch from Wilson was perfect, and then he sort of got cocky with the first touch and lost it completely on the second.
Yeah, it's a shame because it's shaping up to be a nice move from Charlton there. As you say, the first touch was decent, and he then seemed to think he had a bit too much time, and the move broke down. But Morrison did well to tackle Fuller as he was going through there, and just to clear the ball to safety.
Come off Mackenzie and could have fallen to Morrison there, but just evaded the Charlton skipper for today. Actually, it wasn't offside, I do apologise, it was Church who almost fell into. Couldn't quite get there before Blackpool cleared, and they do so again with Cathcart. Wiggins with the throw. Harriet coming short. Now Stevens in a bit of space now if he wants to use it. Does go the Callum Harriet route, who retains possession superbly. Is he going to take his man on? Tries to feed Wiggins. Wiggins convinced that took a touch, but not according to referee Hill.
So fantastic footwork from Harriet just to keep hold of the ball there, and he just tried to lay it into Wiggins. And as you say, I thought it might have taken a little touch off possibly Basham, but the referee didn't see that way and gave the Blackpool throw.
Harriet wins the header. Blackpool clear their lines and can do so again. Football in midfield. Charlton blocked that, but can't come away with the ball, although Church can put pressure there on Robinson. He's forced to go backwards. More pressure from Sordell, but they get the ball forward to Fuller, who's had to come deep to get some sort of possession. Robinson on the left side will be under pressure from Church. Still swings in the cross. Took a deflection which could have gone Bishop's way actually. Morrison did well to read that and clear the lines.
Yeah, as you say, a nicely looking little deflection there, but he could have played Bishop in. It would have been 1-on-1 with Hamer, but Morrison did well.
Looking forward, looking for Fuller, who's got Dobby just inside him, and it's a decent effort on the volley from Dobby. Ben Hager will be happy to see that disappear into the covered in.
Yeah, it was a nice cushioned header from Ricardo Fuller there. He saw the run of Dobby, and luckily for us, I think the ball was just slightly too high for Dobby to get proper control on the shot, and he's skewed it somewhat over the bar.
Probably Blackpool's best effort so far in the first 20 minutes of this game. Church tries to get up there ahead of Mackenzie, doesn't do so, but he might have another attempt here as Harriet should have believed himself a bit more there. He had the chance to run in on that, but he thought it was a lot more on it than there was. That's a covered in. And to be fair to East Fan, there's splatterings across in the west. Try and get behind Charlton. Wood will jump at this, but Fuller beats him to it. Tries to set up Dobby. Bishop will run in on there. Goes down very easily with a slight shoulder charge from Laurie Wilson. That would have been extremely fortunate to get anything out of that. But again, Fuller just reading the game so well, Ricardo Fuller.
Yeah, we remember from last season how well he would do in the air for Charlton, and to win flick-ons and to try and play in other members of his team. He's done it again there for Blackpool. He's been very good up front for Blackpool so far when the ball's come towards him.
Charlton had the throw. Halfway inside the Blackpool half. Wilson with it. Gowers trying to make space. Harriet goes short, and now Church does likewise. Feed this back to Wilson. Cousins in a little bit of traffic, but manages to find his right back. Now Harriet in a bit of space. Does some superb footwork to create his own space and then beats himself almost. Tried a little drag back and knock forward, but he got too much on it. Goes off for a goal kick.
Yeah, that's a shame. It's good to see that Callum's looking very confident over. He's done well to make some space for him, and then he's got slightly too cocky when trying to take it past Isaiah Osborne, and he's, as you say, he's gone for the jab back and the knock forward, but he's knocked it way too far forward, and it's run out for a goal kick. But encouraging signs from Callum, who's performing well again in this free role he's got behind the strikers.
Jukes with the clearance, the 21-year-old goalkeeper, started his career at Rochdale. Cousins and Fuller combining in midfield. It's gone out to the Jamaican international and gets it back to Robinson. Now Dobby in a bit of space. Cousins will try and halt that progress. He does so. Going to fall Gower's way, keeps it in. Harriet in a bit of traffic, tries the first time touch. Managed to get his foot in the second time, but surrenders a throw in. Just lifted his head up at the wrong moment there, Harriet. Looked to where he was playing it instead of looking at the ball. Robinson immediately closed down by Charlton, and Dale Stevens can pick it up. He's got Church, who avoids the slide of Osborne and still retains possession. He's got nothing wide really as Wiggins hangs back a touch. Now brings it into midfield. Harriet will pick it up, looks for an option, and Sordell almost the beneficiary of the ball through. Wiggins battling in midfield with it, comes away with it, gets inside to Stevens. Now Harriet and Sordell combine. It's a little bit congested in there, so it goes wide. Wilson sees Gower out wide. Little chip ball in, looking for a red shirt. Doesn't find anybody. Morrison does well just to get in front of Fuller. Cousins will take it up. Gower out wide. Again, another little dinked in ball looking for the run of Harriet. Doesn't quite find its target. Charlton still have possession. Trying to unlock the door of the Blackpool defence. And that won't work either. Dale Stevens tried to slide ball past, but just intercepted by Mackenzie. Thomasin comes inside into the middle to try and find space. And that way's blocked, so to go out to Bishop. Fuller trying to tee up the wide left midfielder. Charlton managing to stop Blackpool getting through, but Cathcart will try now on the right side. Dobby has come into space. Cousins will block it, but it feeds into space. It's taken a ricochet off Morrison. And it'll go out with the first corner of the afternoon. Some 25 minutes into the game, Blackpool have the first corner.
Yeah, it was a good move from Blackpool there, with Vince instrumental in the move, and he managed to get a shot away. Morrison's done well to block it. It's come up off his foot for a second there. That Heyman might be in a bit of trouble, but it's flown over the bar, and a chance for Blackpool now to swing the ball into the box.
Mackenzie and Broadfoot have come into the box. Heyman will come for this and claim it well. Looking for the run of Sordell. Harriott tries to go on a run. It's a lovely ball out. We'll find Harriott. Just couldn't take it in his stride, and Bishop nips in and dispossesses Charlton's number 11. Feeds it out here on the left-hand side. Wilson will have to be strong. Dobby goes round him, however. It's good work from Cousins to complete the clearance, but Wilson's ball out. Pretty woeful, to be honest, and Dale Stevens does superbly well to help his defenders out. He gets it back under pressure, but feeds Sordell. Holds the ball up well. Finds Stevens. Didn't fall to Gower. Wiggins is all alone here. He wants to find it. It's the ball looking for the left back who's come forward. Will he take on Cathcart? He does. Gets his cross in. Just doesn't beat Broadfoot at the edge of the 6-yard box. Ince tries to take it away. Good work from Dale Stevens. Rather fortuitously, Blackpool still have it.
Yeah, it's a lovely tackle from Stevens there. He's having an excellent game in the middle for Charlton. Just keeping things ticking along. And what about that pass from Gower over the far side to Wiggins on this side? And Wiggins did well to get inside, try and put a cross in, but he couldn't quite beat Broadfoot at the near post.
You do feel that something's going to come from these Charlton wide areas. They're managing to get into space down left and right, but just so far the crosses in haven't found a target. Charlton managing to hold station, forcing Blackpool to play it along the back. And that's one of the reasons, although now Ince has got past Wiggins. Tries to tee up Dobby. Wilson spots that and feeds the ball out looking for Stevens, but Osborne nips in. And now Cathcart can take it up. Osborne's outside of him if he wants it. Fuller's come short. Fuller back on the ball. Osborne trying to make a run inside. Has to go back out to Cathcart. He's got a crossing opportunity. Gets it in now. Wilson's going to have to be careful. The ball comes flashing across. Osborne keeps it in. And Bishop does likewise. The Charlton fans panicking a bit. They try and get Charlton to force the ball out. And I've got to say, Simon Church did superbly well there to win the free kick off Broadfoot.
Yeah, Church was under so much pressure there, as were Charlton at the back, as they struggled to clear their lines, and the ball flashed across the face of goal 2 or 3 times, and Hamer was rushed to clear it. And Charlton, Church just managed to win the free kick on the halfway line, just to ease the pressure on the back line for Charlton.
Referee Hill has given Broadfoot a bit of a talking to. Broadfoot can't understand why he got given the foul against him, and that's good centre forward play from Church. But to be fair, that's what Fuller's earned a living at. Church has managed to do likewise and relieve the pressure for Charlton.
We saw just flashes of what Ricardo Fuller's all about there on the edge of the box when he had 2 or 3 men on him, but he still managed to play a simple pass just out to another Blackpool player, and that's exactly the sort of thing we've been missing from him this season at Charlton.
Blackpool clear their lines from the free kick. Ince to make a run there. It's not found, fortunately, for Charlton as the block comes in. Richard will pick out Wiggins on the left-hand side. He's got runners in front of him, one of them Callum Harriott. Is he going to get behind Cathcart? No, Cathcart just gets his head down. Charlton have good position. Down this left-hand side, and Gower picks out the run of Wiggins early on. Lovely cross in, but behind everybody. It's a lovely first-time cross, but just caught everybody on the back foot. Aching for somebody to come in late as Osborne takes the challenge from Harriott. Goes to ground, and not an easy decision for referee Hill on that occasion.
Yeah, as you say, that cross from Wiggins just a moment ago was just hung back to the edge of the area. It's just showing that Callum Harriott hadn't just maybe stood back a bit and waited for the ball to come across, because we had a free shot and goal there. But it was good work down the left with the quick throw and the good cross from Wiggins.
30 minutes in, still goalless here at the Valley. Charlton with the lion's share of the opportunities. But Blackpool still looking very dangerous with Fuller up front. Mackenzie trying to pick out the run of Robinson. Robinson will have to be attentive down there in the corner. He's done well there, Laurie Wilson. Forces the Blackpool left back to concede the goal kick. Not offering him any space at all to either get a cross in or try and find a colleague behind him. So Laurie Wilson.
Yeah, good work from Wilson there, just as Robinson was desperately trying to look for a Blackpool player to pass to, but Wilson just had him stuck in the corner and forced the bad touch off him as it rolled out for a goal kick.
Famous goal kick is looking for Sordell. It bypasses Sordell, and to be fair, Mackenzie. Blackpool still managed to get away, although Ince just nips in front of Wood. I don't think Richard Wood could avoid that challenge. He went to make the tackle. I think that hopefully the referee will be aware that Fuller just got his toe in front there, and Wood was committed to the tackle. And no punishment, which I think is fair.
Yeah, I think the referee's called it right there. It was just slightly mistimed as Fuller got there first.
I thought with the speed of that, it had to be Ince, but it wasn't with regard to Fuller.
It was a nice touch for him. But as you say, Wood just mistimed his challenge, and it probably looked a bit worse than it was, and the referee could see that.
Blackpool will swing this in. They've sent the big men up. One of them, well, he's got the end of that now. Surely Broadfoot was fouling Dale Stevens there. He was all over him. And actually Broadfoot's the one who's claiming the foul, but I'd say Broadfoot was all over Dale Stevens there.
Yeah, it was Broadfoot clearly had two arms on Stevens, and for some reason thought that entitled him to have a penalty as well as the rest of Stevens' shirt, but referee saw otherwise.
Charlton's goal remained intact, as does Blackpool. The only real threat to Charlton's goal has come from that volley from Dobby, halfway through this half. Other than that, Charlton will be reasonably pleased that they've controlled the game to a larger extent, although without really creating a obvious goal-scoring opportunity other than the free kick and a couple of long-range efforts.
The Charlton have looked quite dangerous coming down the wings, so that's something that hopefully they'll be able to continue building on.
Can't do it on this occasion, gave the ball away, but Charlton managed to win possession back. Rather risky pass in by Dale Stevens. Charlton just about get away with it, but Robinson will pick up the loose ball. He's going to take on Wilson here. Church is trying to get back to defend. Dobby will take it on. Beats Dale Stevens, gets his shot in, but although it looked like Ben Hamer was scrambling for a second there, I think that was comfortably wide.
Yeah, Hamer was just dove across there just to make sure he was covering his far post, but that's gone a good 2 or 3 yards wide, the effort there, and Charlton breathe again.
Ben Hamer, the first time he said to scramble, he probably likes scramble across his goal, but I think, as I say, it was comfortably wide and there wasn't a lot of power on it. Placement maybe, but not power. As Ince tries to set Fuller on his way. It leans into Richard Wood to shield the ball and tees up. Trying to see who that is. It looks like it's Basham. Good defending from Wood to get back on.
Yeah, Wood did well just to follow his own run there, and he, as you say, make sure Basham knew that he'd been in a tackle there after the ball had gone. A good tackle there.
Cathcart being told to go backwards. I didn't think it was that far back, but anyway. Looking at where the slide took place, it was a good 10 yards further on, I thought, but anyway. Not going to complain as the throw comes in. Blackpool still have it. Cathcart crossing opportunity. He's got Dobby inside of him. Takes on Wiggins. It's first time he may have beaten him, but not the second time. Now, can Sordell nip in there before Ince? No, he can't. And Bishop has it for Blackpool. Swings it out wide here, looking for Cathcart. Once again, Basham's inside him. Ince will pick it up. Charlton trying to prevent Blackpool getting behind them. Bishop will tee up Fuller. Feeds Dobby and again takes a shot on. He's not frightened to have a strike with Dobby. This time it's Wilson's block, which gives Blackpool their second corner.
Yeah, it's a nice move again from Blackpool, working the ball in and around the edge of the box. And there's a good little flick in towards Dobby from Fuller, I think it was. And Wilson does well just to track the run and make sure he can get a block in to stop the shot on goal. But he's only succeeded in putting it out for another corner for Blackpool.
Dobby to swing this in. This time Hamer doesn't come, so Devens has to deal with it. He does so. Now Ince gives it back up to Dobby. Swings across in. This time Ben Hamer can let that one go. Too much on that. And Charlton survive a little bit of threat in front of the covered end.
Blackpool have done well to maintain a bit of pressure for the last few moments. So Charlton will be looking for a chance just to try and maybe slow the game down for a minute or so and try and force a couple of their own attacks again.
Yeah, Blackpool have sort of come back, or got into the game more in the last 5 minutes, putting a bit more pressure on the Charlton back line than they've seen so far. Sordell will jump at this, but doesn't make it. As Broadfoot wins the header. Fuller also wins that one. Morrison momentarily undecided, but gets his cross up to Sordell, who's upended. The referee's playing an advantage here with Dale Stevens. Harriott tries to tee up Church. You wonder if the referee will come back and maybe take some action on that challenge. Charlton have it back. Sordell back in possession. Again, Osborne challenges through the back. Again, I think there might have been a free kick there, but nothing given. Gower has it on the left-hand side. Tees up Cousins. Will he take a shot? Just runs off his boot, Cousins, and he tries to tee up Wilson, and that won't happen as Dobby takes it over. He completely misplaced his pass there. Dobby went to the ground because he knows that pass was a straight. There was no challenge of any effect there, and now he gets up.
I think the referee slightly got in the way of the ball that was going towards Jordan Cousins, which put him off and forced him to do a bad first touch. Otherwise, he would have had a chance to get a shot in goal there.
It's a lovely ball into Church, who's behind the defence. Well, can he tee it back to Sordell? He just put too much on the chip. And Sordell's wondering why there's no midfield player following that in. I don't think anybody would have predicted that Church could have scooped that back up to where he did. Lovely move from Charlton.
Yeah, it's excellent stuff, and then they got another chance to hit Blackpool to break again.
Cousins just on the back foot slightly there from the ball from Wiggins, but Charlton still have possession. Now Cousins again. This time picks out Stevens. Got Callum Harriott outside him if he wants to use it. Had Gower on the run, who just stopped. I think he thought he was going to go out to Callum Harriott there, Dale Stevens, so he just stopped his run. Gower, and Dale Stevens thought that he was still moving into the space.
Yeah, you can see exactly what Stevens was trying to do there, but as you say, Sordell's just stopped his run there, and Harriott was in an acre of space on the left. It was a nice idea from Dale, but unfortunately Harriott just not quite on the same wavelength there.
Bishop, just a little barge into Morrison. Nothing given from the referee, and now a free kick for handball is given.
Yeah, Gower's handballed that as he's gone to try and control it. Finally,
the referee's remembered this from a challenge from about 5 minutes ago, the one that upended Sordell, and the referee has remembered that and will put the Blackpool number 6 into the book.
Yeah, I think Broadfoot's been quite mouthy with the referee all game, so I'm not surprised that he's made sure he's come back to book him for that challenge. So it was a nasty challenge, but it was a good advantage played from the referee, and he's just remembered to come back and take Broadfoot's name there.
But Blackpool have the free kick. Ince on the ball. Bishop all alone out here on the far side with Dale Stevens just coming to cover that. Slight mismatch between Broadfoot and Wiggins, you've got to say. I do wonder whether Church would have been better served back in there to try and cover the tall Blackpool centre half. And it's aimed towards Mackenzie, but Charlton clear it. Morrison again trying to do the same, and Wood sort of heads the back of Cousins, and it is Cousins who finally gets the ball clear. So another threatening position from Blackpool. Fortunately, but Charlton comes to nothing.
Yeah, Morrison did well there just to win the header when the ball originally came in, and as it came back in, I think Wood stood tall there and just headed it clear, and Cousins able to finally clear the ball away from danger.
I don't think Dale Stevens had any clue where that ball was going. In the back of the head, I think. The upshot is that Blackpool had this throw. Cathcart will take it. Got Dobby inside, Basham so close. It's gone across to Ince. Immediately blocked off by Gowan. Wilson's got to make this. He doesn't. Bishop just nips in there first, but fortunately for Charlton, Woods on hand, and that header forward should fall to. Well, I thought it was going to fall all the way to Ben Hamer. It doesn't reach that because Morrison will clear it. But Blackpool still have it, and that's an important touch for Morrison. Because Dobby looked like he might be in behind. Good work from Sordell.
Great play.
Lovely football from Marvin Sordell. Feeds Wiggins on the left-hand side. Callum Harriott's further on. Got space to move into, Callum Harriott. dinks it across with his left foot, and there's nobody there.
Yeah, Callum, I think he's tried to dink it out towards the runner. Simon Church is coming towards the far post, but I mean, that was a woeful cross in the end, and Church is nowhere near it. It's just gone out for a goal kick, and shame, because that looked like a promising move. And we have to bring back and mention the great hold-up play from Marvin Sordell in the middle of the pitch, and the pressure from two Blackpool players to bring it down and to cut inside and play a really good pass out wide towards Wiggins. That was excellent stuff from Sordell.
I think most people can gather from that effort from Callum that he's right-footed. Bishop takes a tumble over the advertising hoardings. Charlton throw, Laurie Wilson. So we'll probably throw this long towards Church. It's gone in that direction. A little nudge maybe that he got away with. Sordell trying to hold the ball up. Church keeping it in. I think it'd probably been better served to let it go out for the throw. And Fuller just nips in front of Morrison, but can't direct it anywhere other than out. And Charlton have a similar throw, just 10 yards further back.
Yeah, just a few minutes before half-time now, so Charlton will be looking just to up the pressure and see if we can nick a goal just before half-time, maybe go into the break in front.
Robinson just gets in front of Sordell, because otherwise that could have been a promising move from Charlton. Cousins momentarily up in, just dispossessed, but once again Sordell holds the ball up well. Dale Stevens looking for somebody open, finds Wiggins out here. Little dink looking for Callum Harriott, he gets it back. Even though the initial pass was wayward, Sordell screamed at by the East Stand. It probably scared him more than anything else, because he went from looking comfortable on the ball to suddenly giving the ball away. You can't blame the East Stand for telling him, but I think the reaction from Sordell was one of panic. So Ince picks it up. Very deep in his own territory to do so. Basham, similar position. Blackpool work it out here to the right-hand side. And Cathcart was just momentarily got the other side of Callum Harriott, but his ball out is easily cleared by Morrison, although Mackenzie will pick it up for Blackpool. Space to move into. Dale Stevens trying to block that space. He does so effectively. Cathcart, nobody obvious to stick it to, and that's a great block from Callum Harriott. Can Church get on the end of this? It's just a bit too far in front of him. Robinson trying to see this out, and Church couldn't get to the ball, so he thought he'd just go through Robinson. Throws the ball about 10 yards away, I'm not sure why.
Yes, I think Robinson was doing well just to see the ball out there, and
it's really the price you pay for doing that. I mean, if somebody's going to go in the back of you, then don't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just give us the ball. If you don't want to play football, just give us the ball, mate.
Free kick taken from nowhere near where the incident happened, but it doesn't really matter. Cathcart is picking the ball up here on the right-hand side. Dale Stevens comes to close him down. It's the long ball out, looking for Bishop. Wilson just sees it over his head, and he's now trying to do exactly the same, see the ball out, and it doesn't quite work. And as a result, he's conceded the throw-in. He's convinced that came off Bishop, but it's his own fault. He should have had the chance to clear it, and he should have done it.
Yeah, he tried. I think the ball looked like it was never going to roll out on its own there, and he desperately was trying to see it off. But looks like he's given away a throw, although he disagreed with the decision by the ref there.
And Robinson will throw this in. Looks to be a long one, as both Mackenzie and Broadfoot have gone forward. It is indeed a long one. Looking for Fuller, who gets his head down, Ben Hamer. I think it was more comfortable than it may have looked, but screaming at Wiggins, Ben Hamer, both Hamer and Callum Harriott ran away. He was looking for at least one of them to hold station so as he could feed the ball out. Wilson now doesn't make the same mistake again, and Sordell is onside. Can he bring the ball down? Turn his man, he tries it, but Mackenzie just gets a foot in, but Charlton now have to throw in a dangerous position. We're in the last minute of normal time.
It's a chance for Charlton to try and maybe get some people into the box. Unfortunately, I don't think we've got anyone who can throw a long throw quite like the Blackpool player did there. That was an excellent long throw and picked out Fuller, whose header was goal bound, but Hamer made a good save.
Cousins makes space for himself, feeds it back out to Wilson. Chooses not to left foot cross in, instead Cousins tries to tee up Sordell. Charlton lose possession because of it. Now Blackpool 3-on-2. Little ball into Ince, and Wiggins has gone with him. He's got to go with him all the way. Fuller now coming into the middle. Good work from Wiggins to hold up Tom Ince. Now Cathcart on the run, gets the other side of Harriott. Back heel, which Cousins reads and intercepts well. Gets the ball out, but Broadfoot can knock it back. Osborne combining.
Boring 45 minutes.
Now Ince has it on. Cathcart immediately closed down by Stevens. A lot of mistakes in the final third of the pitch from both sides, really. So we had the 1 minute of added time, which is almost up, I think, as well. So Sordell trying to get on the end of that, but a bit too long for him. It's a bit like it's been a bit of a game of chess this first half, and which now comes to an end. Mr. Hill brings proceedings to a close in the first half, and after an opening start, bright start from Charlton, where Dale Stevens pinged a free kick just over, and another shot that's fizzed over the bar. Charlton have got into some decent positions out wide without really cutting the ball back into a dangerous area or a dangerous position. Blackpool had a couple of snap shots, most notably from Stephen Dobby on the volley after being set up superbly by Ricardo Fuller, but that fizzed over Ben Hamer's bar. Other than that, it's been fairly chess-like, with both sides struggling to get into the danger area on enough occasions. As a result, it's finished here at half-time. Charlton Athletic 0, Blackpool 0.